Hey, welcome. I hope you guys are doing good. Thank you so much for joining me today. So today's reading is the person on your mind. How are they feeling about you, your relationship, your situation at the moment? All right. And we have 3 groups for you to choose from: group 1, group 2, and group 3. Please feel free to pause the video if you need a little time to choose your group, but I will see you guys in your readings. Hey, welcome. I hope you guys are doing good. Thank you so much for joining me. So the person on your mind, how are they feeling about you at the moment? So we have 8 of Pentacles, the Emperor, and the Page of Cups in reverse to start off with. Okay. So it feels like this person has a lot of care for you, and it feels like they're more willing to work on your relationship because they feel you and your relationship is worth the effort. They do feel you guys could have something real and long lasting. They feel you both are quite serious, which makes you compatible. For some of you, this may not be serious in general. For some of you, it is that you're both quite serious about, the different areas of your life. But for others of you, this could be you're quite serious about certain things, whether that's, career, family, relationships. But it does feel like their feelings are more logical than emotional right now, as they feel their emotions or an emotional connection on their part still needs to develop in a grounded and genuine way. Not to say that they don't have feelings for you, because they do, like they have a lot of care and affection for you. But they are kind of looking at this more from a logical point at this moment. And it feels like they want to learn to show love through actions and words. Like maybe love and emotions could be something they're still learning. Maybe it's something that they're kind of coming back to, maybe after a kind of like a long time of like not being in that space. So yeah, they do want to learn to show love through actions, through words, as this may not be something they are comfortable with, or used to. Again, it may, for some of you, it could have been a while, but whatever the case is, they feel that they need to put in more emotional labor when it comes to you and your relationship. They don't want to take any shortcuts either, and they feel like they still need to earn your trust and want to know and be sure that you're someone they can rely on. And they want to be more invested in your happiness and your stability. They feel incredibly protective over you as well, and they want to be a better person for you. They do feel you both need to work on your flaws, but it's something that you guys can do together. They feel you both have a pretty stable foundation, and they're looking forward to building on it. Like, this person, they could feel responsible for your well-being. It feels like they care very much for you, but maybe they don't, show it easily. But they want you to be their rock too. And they could also want to take the lead in the relationship because they don't feel comfortable with following, perhaps, but they're also hoping that you trust them enough to lead and take the lead. And they also want to lead with strength and not emotion. But they want to make you feel safe by being composed within themselves and kind of showing up as that kind of stable and composed figure. But they do want you guys to be able to show each other your weaknesses. They may not be ready to be vulnerable yet, but they do feel that will come with time, and they feel like they kind of just need to be strong for you right now. But yeah, they feel like they would be loyal to you. They could also feel like they still need to earn your respect. And they feel a lot for you, but they don't know if they can fully trust it yet. But again, like this isn't a you problem, like it's something that they're kind of working out through themselves. And they could also feel slightly insecure around you as well. And they may not be sure how to best express love, or like they may not be sure how you want them to express love, because everyone receives and gives love in their different ways, and they maybe aren't sure um, what that is for you. Um, so yeah, it feels like they do want to express love in a way that you like and will receive. So it feels like this person, they know they're not emotionally immature, but they feel they're kind of being so with you, and that's the last thing they want to do. They're also afraid of you really seeing them, that you'll see the messy parts of them, and it feels like they're kind of cautious of showing that part of themselves, and they're not really sure if they're lovable enough, and they feel it will create issues down the line, but they feel time will heal that wound, and they're kind of hoping that time will heal that wound. So they're trying not to worry about it too much, but it's definitely there. But ultimately, they feel like you guys can work well together, and that you guys can figure your relationship out. So moving forward, we have you are so powerful and so brave. I'm in awe of the person that you've become. We have dishonesty. We have I want to be of service to you. It's not just physical, it's also spiritual. Whipped cream plus your nips equals yum. Will you wait for me? Childhood trauma. And we have selfless. And we have affection. We also have undemanding. We have stubborn. And we have outspoken. So with you're so powerful, you're so brave, I'm in awe of the person you've become. This person feels like you are incredibly powerful, that you are very brave as well. And with will you wait for me, they are kind of hoping or wondering if you will wait for them. Not like wait for them in the sense of, they're off doing their thing and you're like waiting around for them. But it feels more so in the sense of like waiting for them to like open up, kind of, tap into their emotions a lot more, kind of learn how to, give you love the way that you need it, way that you want it. And also for them to like work through their own issues which they're aware of and which they could be actively trying to resolve. And again, like they could be a work in progress, so they're kind of wondering or hoping that you will wait for them in that regard. So with it's not just physical, it's also spiritual. They feel that you guys have maybe an amazing physical connection, like chemistry is, on point, but they do feel like that spiritual connection and that emotional connection still needs to develop between you guys. But they have this overwhelming desire to be affectionate to you and with you. And with I want to be of service to you, that's something that they want to be able to do. Like they want to be able to do and be of service to you. They want to be able to be selfless and treat you selflessly. But with whipped cream plus your nips equals yum, they do find you incredibly attractive, you know, and they are sexually attracted to you. And with childhood trauma, they could feel you're someone that could help them through their past trauma, maybe specifically childhood trauma. And with this honesty, they feel like you both haven't been honest with each other. But they also feel it's not malicious on your side, it's not malicious on their side, it's just the situation at the moment, you know. But they feel that will change, and that was clarified by the Knight of Pentacles. So they feel that will be maybe slow change, but it will be intentional, you know, and it will lead to, you know, something grounded and success later on in your relationship. So with stubborn, they actually feel like they need to be stubborn within your relationship, and this doesn't really feel like, you know, someone being combative or not really listening. It just feels like kind of similar to that emperor energy, that they feel they need to, you know, be a leader in your relationship. They need to be strong. They need to be that pillar of strength. And, you know, that could be how they feel. But it feels like they don't actually want to be stubborn, or, you know, they don't want you to feel like they're being stubborn or anything like that. But they do feel like they need to take a certain amount of control when it comes to your relationship. And with undemanding, they feel like they shouldn't or wouldn't anyway be too demanding of you, and kind of like put too much on you. So this person could also feel like you're quite outspoken, but they like that about you. Okay. But that is what I have for those of you who chose the first group. I really do hope it could be helpful. I'm wishing you the best. Hopefully I'll see you guys again soon. But until then, please take care of yourself, okay? Bye. Hey, welcome. I hope you guys are doing good. Thank you so much for joining me. So the person on your mind, how do they feel about you? How do they feel about your situation? We'll see what messages come through. Okay. So we have the Nine of Cups in reverse, King of Cups in reverse, and the Five of Swords also in reverse. Okay. So they actually are feeling regret right now with how things ended between you guys, or with how you left things the last time you saw each other or spoke to each other. They didn't intend on hurting you in their perspective. They feel you both said things that you didn't really mean. And they could feel like they need to make things right, but should give you and the situation some space. They do feel guilty for pushing you away. They acted out of fear and were defensive, and they kind of feel now you're tired of fighting, or tired with whatever, you know, dynamic you have with them. They do want to apologize, but they don't know how, and don't know how they would be able to handle your emotions as well. For some of you, they could feel you are too emotional, and they could feel that they're more logical, but they want to make an effort to meet you where you're at. They feel like they didn't listen when they should have, and for some of you, they could feel there's no point rebuilding trust, because they know or think they will do something again to jeopardize it, or they feel that the past will still, be heavily present in your relationship in the future. So this person, they could feel you let your pride in the way the last time you guys saw each other, but they want to put aside their ego and be real with you, even though they feel it won't really get them anywhere. They could be afraid it's too late to fix things. They think that you feel too much and they don't really know what to do with it. They could feel it's not healthy or okay for you to kind of put your emotions on other people, especially like the heavy ones. But they could be talking about themselves specifically. They could feel that you're all over the place, and they could feel it's difficult for them to approach you when you're not feeling grounded. And the depth of your emotions kind of scares them. They could also feel you're kind of aggressive and that they should stay away from that energy. And they also feel they can't be honest with you because of these things. And they also feel they can't be emotionally available because of these things. And, they do feel you need to be less reactive, that they can't be true of you or true to themselves in, such an emotionally heavy situation. But they do feel insanely attracted to you, and that the chemistry they feel for you is still there, and it kind of makes them want to, keep coming back, even though they feel maybe the situation isn't the healthiest. So this person, they could think that you make them afraid of intimacy, and they feel that they're emotionally immature and that they need space to grow out of it. They do feel you're both not in the position to love someone responsibly. And they also feel your connection didn't live up to each other's expectations. They also feel that you're not happy and fulfilled, even though you pretend to be. They do feel your connection is missing something essential, and they feel that you guys can't really satisfy each other emotionally or in ways that the other person needs it most. So they could also feel you take them out of alignment with what they truly want, and they also feel you seek their validation and attention, and they feel you want them to do and feel the same, but they don't really feel like that's them. So ultimately, they could feel that you guys just have very different approaches to love. You have very different emotional needs. And yeah. So moving on, we have I'm not a forgiving kind of person. We have I deserve better. We have no excuses. We have forget your ex because I'm next. We have insecure. We have oh, so you think I'm stupid. It looks like I'm paying attention, but really I'm mapping out your nakedness in my mind. I'm used to flying solo. I want to do unspeakable things to you. We have disrespectful, we have crazy, and we have strict. So with I'm not the forgiving kind of person, they do feel you guys need to be more forgiving of each other, like show each other more grace. And with, oh, so you think I'm stupid, they think that you think that they think you're silly. Am I saying that right? Or they think that you think they're treating you as if you're silly. That makes sense. So with forget your ex because I'm next, they do feel that you guys need to stop bringing up each other's past relationships. And with I'm so used to flying solo, they could kind of feel like they need to fly solo at the moment, but they also feel that you don't want that or you wouldn't appreciate that. And with no excuses, they also feel like they need to stop making excuses for you, but they also need to stop making excuses to you. And maybe be more direct and honest. But again, like they do feel it's hard because of maybe like outbursts or being afraid of upsetting someone. And with I want to do unto people things to you, they actually feel that you feel that way about them. And that was clarified by the devil card as well. So they could feel like you are insanely attracted to them, like you want them, like want to be in their skin. Or yeah, so yeah. And with insecure, they do feel you are insecure. And they could feel it is creating issues in your relationship. So with it looks like I'm paying attention, but really I'm mapping out your nakedness in my mind. They actually feel that they can't give you the attention that you need, that you're looking for. And with I deserve better, they actually do feel they deserve better than, you know, whatever situation you guys have going on right now. They could feel you are kind of crazy at the moment, that you could be losing yourself emotionally or within the relationship you have with them. And they also feel you guys have both been disrespectful to each other in different ways. And they kind of feel like it's just not acceptable anymore. They feel it's not okay anymore, it's not healthy. And maybe that this dynamic is just not working. And finally with strict, that is coming up as the 5 of Wands. They could feel they need to be stricter with you, or like maybe put their foot down in certain ways just to avoid conflict. But they also feel if they were to be stricter with you or in this relationship, that it would just create more conflict. So they kind of feel like they're in between a rock and a hard place. Like they don't really know. They feel either way like they're doomed. Not doomed, but like either way it wouldn't like work or get a positive reaction. But that is all I have. For those of you who chose this group, I really do hope it could be helpful. I'm wishing you the best. Hopefully I'll see you again soon. But until then, please take care. Bye. Hey, welcome. I hope you guys are doing good. Thank you so much for joining me. Chosen the 3rd group, and this reading could be for you. So how does the person on your mind feel about you at the moment? We have Three of Swords, Seven of Wands, and the Six of Wands. Okay, so they could feel that they need to resolve a third party situation for the sake of your relationship. They could feel as though they've been betraying you. They're sorry and they don't want you to find out. They do feel that they need your validation, that you're still in this with them, even though they regret how they handled things. They regret getting involved with this third party. And sometimes third parties aren't only referring to people, but in this case, it does seem to be referring to another person. Things could have fizzled out with this other person, maybe quite quickly, but they deeply regret choosing this person over you. And they do feel you are rightfully defensive and afraid to trust them again, and they totally understand. But they do feel your response to them is kind of heartbreaking, whether you reacted to them in kindness, in empathy, coldly, or in anger. Whatever your reaction has been to them, even if you aren't aware of a third party, they do feel it is heartbreaking and they are afraid of hurting you again. They do feel you are protective over your heart, and they feel they've lost something important, which is you. You they do feel hopeful you may give them another chance, but they also feel they should give up and leave you be. They may not feel it's not they may feel it's unfair on their part to maybe put you in that situation, even though they do feel you will forgive them, or be open to forgiving them. They do feel they abandon you and that you didn't deserve that. They do feel you are emotionally fragile right now, even though you could be, or seem strong on the surface. They do feel you are afraid to let anyone in. And it feels like they see now that they need to protect you and they need to protect themselves, and they should have protected the relationship and connection you guys had. But they feel guarded at the moment and they don't want to put that on you. They may not be ready to open up and be vulnerable. And this person, they feel like they don't have to prove themselves to you or with you. Not in a like a negative way. Just that they feel you make them feel safe, and them not feeling like they have to prove themselves to you kind of makes them feel calm. But they don't feel you're ready to compromise with them, which they understand. They could also feel you're testing them to see if they do the right thing. Or they could even feel like they're being tested by God or the universe, like whatever higher power they could believe in. But they do feel like they are being tested in regard to you. They do regret being emotionally defensive with you when they really didn't have to be. And they want to feel seen and appreciated and like they matter. And they think you can do that. Maybe they feel you've done that in the past, or they feel like that's something that they can go back to. But they do want to be admired and put on a pedestal by you and also others. But this may not be in a I need others' attention sort of way, but to be recognized for what they bring and who they are. And they feel like you are someone that would be able to do that authentically. So yeah, at the moment they may not feel ready for you. Well, you have a lot of good qualities that they want and they want to use and they want to have that. They want to feel like they've earned your respect and attention again. But they don't feel like they've overcome their past yet. And they can't be in a relationship until they've reconciled certain things from their past. But at the moment, like they could feel vulnerable and they don't want to feel vulnerable. You know, they want to feel like a winner and they want to feel, you know, stable or like a pillar. And they could feel like that's what they need to focus on to getting back to that energy. But they also want to be the reason you smile. And this honestly sounds like someone who's conflicted, but it doesn't really feel like they are. It feels like they recognize their faults, where they messed up, they recognize their needs, they recognize your needs or what they perceive your needs to be. But right now, they could know that they can't give you what they think you need and what they think you deserve, but they can't leave you alone either, you know? So moving on, we have nothing will stand in my way. We have gifts. Do you feel the same or is it just me? We have boring. I wish I had said something sooner. Selfish. Let's piss off the neighbors, don't hold back. We have also have friends first. This is a fated union. And we have fair, we have reserved, and we have individualistic. So with nothing will stand in my way, they do feel like they can't let anything get in their way right now. And this could be just like in terms of their growth or moving forward in the way that they feel they need to move forward. And this doesn't really feel like it's directed at you. It just feels like that is something they are focused on right now, making sure they remove everything that's in their way and that they have a clear path forward. But they do feel that they have been selfish, that they, you know, are selfish, but they need to work on that. And that's something that they feel like they're actively going to do. They could feel like they need to get out of their own way as well, especially when it comes to you, because they do feel like they ruined a potentially good thing or something that was going really well. They feel like their life is boring and uneventful now, but they could also feel like that's how it needs to be. That was clarified by the hermit, so they could feel like they need to kind of be in this hermit, isolated energy at the moment. They would like for you guys to be friends, continue to be friends, or if you guys are going to move in a romantic direction again, they feel that maybe you guys need to start off as friends first before anything else happens and kind of just have that kind of foundation as friends. So with this is a fated union, ultimately they do feel you guys are supposed to be in each other's lives. It may not be now, but they do feel that is an eventuality. And with you, do you feel the same or is it just me? They do wonder if you guys will ever be on the same page again. They hope you will, you know. But they do feel like it will take a lot to get there. And with I wish I had said something to you sooner, there's something that they feel they should have told you already. This is something that they haven't said yet. This is something that they could have been, that they are still kind of keeping to themselves. Maybe they feel the moment's gone, the time has passed, but they do feel like they should have said it while they had the opportunity to. So with let's piss off the neighbors, don't hold back. They do feel you're holding back, but they can't be mad at that. They aren't mad at it. They get it. And yeah, and finally with gifts, not finally, we still have those three. But with gifts, they also feel that you are a gift. You have been one to them. And you are unexpected, but still a gift nonetheless. They feel you're reserved now, and again, they get it. They feel you've been nothing but fair to them, and they ruined it. And they do feel you are kind of focused on yourself right now. Which, again, they understand, you know. But that is all I have for those of you who chose this group. I really do hope it could be helpful and make sense, and wishing you the best. Hopefully I'll see you guys again soon. But until then, please take care of yourselves, okay? Bye.